Hello, welcome back to Doctor What. Doctor What is a completely improvised comedy program where anything goes. I am your host, Tom Mason. I will guide you through the madness. What you're about to see is a selection, a very small selection. Not big enough to call it a chocolate selection, but a small enough selection to warrant it being called a selection. Without further ado, please enjoy Series 1, Episode 2 of Doctor What? So, my name is Dave. But you can call me Jeff, because that's my nickname. Well, I wanted to create this Doctor Who YouTube channel so I can talk about my favorite program in all the world, Doctor Who. Yes. And I wanted to talk about today that my favorite character in all of Doctor Who is the Doctor. Yes. And my favorite Doctor, yes, is William Hartnell. Yes. And I quite like him, yes, because how do I word this in a way that you'll understand? Well, I just think he's like adventurous. He's groundbreaking because he was number one. And just because he was all together, well, cool, yes. And I just think that he doesn't get appreciated enough. I mean, you can like all the companions you like, but I don't think he gets appreciated enough. I don't know why he doesn't get appreciated enough, but these things happen, it seems. You could be missed to say, doesn't happen enough, but apparently didn't get appreciated enough. I mean, the animation they get given are sublime, but didn't get appreciated enough. And overall, I don't think that's his fault. No, I wouldn't dare blame him. Well, Bradley Walsh did a good, Bradley Walsh? No, David Bradley, sorry. Dave Bradley did a very good job at representing William Hartnell. I think that was a really good move of his. But overall, I just think that William Hartnell's the man. I don't think there's much for me to say on that matter, but I think that he is amazing. And personally, can't argue with that. Well, you probably could. Anyone could probably argue with that, really, but I don't really want to argue with that. Do you want to argue with that? No, I don't want to argue with that. If you don't want to argue with that, I don't want to argue with that. No, we won't argue with that. Bye-bye. Hello. My name's Jeff, yes. Yeah, I know it's really odd. I've got a cousin who calls himself, well, his name is Dave, but one day he thought, I'll steal that name, Jeff. Oh, I thought, you're not doing that. No, you're not doing that. No, you're not stealing my name. So here we are. And I know that Doctor Who is the greatest TV show of all time. But really, I want to talk about the greatest spin-off of all time. Glass. Yes, Glass. And I want to talk about that. I think Glass was better than William Hartnell. Someone said, I probably wasn't listening. Someone said, don't argue with that. And I'm going to argue with that. I think that Glass is just on another level. It's if Torchwood was slightly younger. So what I mean by that is that Torchwood, they're all adults, and in Glass, they're all teenagers. So I would say the Glass wins on the young front for BBC Three anyway. But BBC Three was digital at the time, so it didn't really work out. I don't know. I know my accent's all over the ship. I do apologise. It's got one of those accents where I've lived in so many countries for so many years that my voice has never actually stayed the same. I went to doctors to talk about that, and they said, "Who?" I went, "What?" They thought I was doing a knock joke for Doctor Who, but I wasn't. I was actually just asking why my accent's all over the place, and they went, "Well, have you been all over the place?" And I went, "Yes, I've been all over the place." And they went, "Well, there you go, all over the place." I just couldn't work out why. So, but Class anyway. But I think Class is better than William Hartnell because I think that Class is like Aliens and but Peter Capaldi is in it. I was going to call him Paul McGann, but he wasn't. Peter Capaldi was in it briefly as a doctor, and you could see Susan, you could see Ian, and you could see oh, I can't remember her name now. But you can see Clara and you can see Danny Ping. You can see all those people on the board. So it's like, wow. Susan, Barbara, that's it, Barbara. Her name is Barbara. And so you can see all these names. It's like, ooh, wow, more Doctor Who references. And that's what Class is all about, Doctor Who references. My only issue with Class is that none of these kids appeared in the main series because when we saw Coastal School again in the main series, we never saw any of the Class kids. I'm confused. And when did Clara leave the school? I don't know. It confuses the best of people, and it confuses me the most, and I can't help it. I get confused. So I overall think the Class is amazing, just because the aliens, and just because the concept. But I do think the cliffhanger really did ruin it slightly, because obviously you then couldn't get right to the audio for the theme tunes, and they had to use the end credits song as the theme tune for the Big Finish versions to continue the story. And I'm like, oh no, don't leave me in a cliffhanger. But they thought they were going to get a second series, so I don't know really. Bye bye.